Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We turn our attention to the ongoing work and great work of the National Council on Substance Abuse. Joining us this morning as we take a look at the soon to be launched Project SOFT is Mosiah Hoyte, who is a camp coordinator and a counsellor at the National Council on Substance Abuse. Mosiah, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning. Thanks for having
Good to
me.
see you again, my brother. So talk to me a little bit now about the previous Project SOFT and what it is designed to do.
Project SOFT has been around for 21 years. This is our 21st year. And usually what happens is that skills are built with those who are transitioning from primary school to secondary school. So those who set the common entrance, 40 of them we take on board for a residential 1-week camp where we educate them about the dangers and harms of substance use and also build life skills that they would need to navigate the somewhat tumultuous season of adolescence.
But why do you do that? Is it what's the fear that you thought you needed to have these 40 youngsters come to as a residential camp?
Substance use, as we see it, well, let me speak from my side as counselor at the National Council on Substance Abuse. Usually, my clientele, predominantly males and young males. And within our research, we see that same trend. So it really is a preventative measure to delay the onset. Even maybe some won't ever try a substance. So really it is a preventative program that we've implemented.
We're going to delve further into it, but we're now joined by your chairman of your board at the National Council on Substance Abuse, Hadford Howell. Mr. Howell, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Pearson.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, this Project SOFT is just one of the approaches to dealing with substance abuse on our island. Talk to me from where you sit as chairman of the value of the programs offered by the National Council on Substance Abuse and the responses that you'd like to see our society experience from them.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Substance abuse is a troubling situation in our country. And we at the National Council on Substance Abuse take the work that we do very seriously. We have a team of 20 staffers backed up by an attentive board and volunteers. And we have some core values that we try and instill that guide us in the work that we do, knowing the situation that we're faced. And I just mentioned some of those core values that help us to put everything together, the work that we do. We believe in teamwork, respect, integrity, trust, efficiency, commitment, motivation, innovation. We've done a lot of that recently. Technological excellence, and of course, we care. And by caring is one of the reasons that the Project SOFT program has become pretty much one of the flagships of the National Council on Substance Abuse, where once a year we have had, as Mosiah said, up to 40 children who attend a 1-week camp, and we work with them to get them to stay away from drugs for sure. It's a very tricky thing that we try and do, but we try and reach out to them. And I believe in getting them while they're young. If you get them while they're young, hopefully you can influence their future behavior. So that's some of the things that we're trying to do at the National Council on Substance Abuse.
How do you measure success? How do you measure effectiveness?
That's not a difficult question to answer. I would invite you and your audience to participate in or to view when we have our graduation ceremony. I have been part of those in the past, and one of the greatest achievements, I think, and measures of success is when a parent comes to the graduation service, the child has won an award, and they give a testimony as to how their child was before he or she came to the camp, and how they're behaving after. For example, I recall one lady saying that her boy never used to clean. He would throw his clothes all over the place. And as a result of the training and the education that he got at Project SOFT, he was now one of the cleanest persons in the house. He wants to help wash up. He wanted to pack away his clothes, even offered to help his mum to press on one occasion. So there's things like that. We see kids grow as a result of participating in this camp. And to be honest, I would like to see us be able to do more than, say, 40 children at a time. But perhaps that is all that we are able to accommodate at this time.
Indeed. And so, Mosiah, now my curiosity is, for that 1 week residential camp, what happens that cause that kind of a transition?
Well, our program is packed, person, for that one residential week. We have dynamic team leaders who are really supportive. We don't cry down our boys, we don't cry down the young ladies who attend the camp. It really is to encourage them. We want to motivate them. So we spend a lot of time building rapport and motivating those campers who come. There's drug education that happens. There are team building sessions. We have other skill building sessions such as decision making, time management, controlling your anger. We have those things happening along with fun elements as well. What chairman spoke about just now is incorporated in our room inspections that we usually have, and the boys and the girls usually have a bit of competition where they want to make sure their room is the tidiest, it's the cleanest, and we are the best team. So that really helps to build. So when parents say, "Where is my son? Who's this that you sent back home?" it is usually because of that team rapport that has been built and bit of competition that takes place as well.
Listen, that sounds like my household growing up as brothers and sisters. So what we had that kind of a competition. So even without knowing it, we had our own project soft in the Bowen household. And so this is an opportunity now for young boys and parents to really pay attention and to be able to provide them an opportunity for that transition. So what are the age ranges and when can we begin registration?
This year, Massey Foundation has come on board to partner with the National Council on Substance Abuse to facilitate Project Soft. This is the first time that will be held in Easter. It will be the first time that we're only focusing on boys and the first time that we're going to have an all-male cast of team leaders and facilitators as well. So this year, the camp will be held at the Eastern Caribbean Bible Camp site in Ruby St. Philip from the 16th of April to the 22nd of April. 1 week, that's after the Easter holiday, while they're on vacation break. So that's when it takes place, and registration began last week and it's ongoing all now. So I'm encouraging parents, encouraging guardians to get on board and register so that boys who have just gone into secondary school, so if they start the common entrance and entered first form in September 2022, that is the catchment that we want to reach out to this year. So get on board. Registration has begun. You can call the office 535-6272, and that's from myself or Agnetha Roach Chase, and we'll sign you up for sure.
Simple so 535-6272 to register, and this is going to go very quickly. Registration spaces will go very quickly. Mr. Howell, I want to look at Massey has come on board to support you on this, and I want to look now broader at getting a whole of society approach to responding to the abuse of substances on our island. What do you see from where you sit that you would want Barbados to be able to assist your organization in being able to change the culture as we see it?
Yeah, a very good question. I would like to see that if you are an employer and you notice that there is a staff member who may be underperforming in some form or fashion, coming in late, coming back late from lunch, I would want to suggest that you ask yourself, well, why? If you notice, first of all, you recognize it, and then you ask yourself, why might this be happening? And then you make an inquiry of the officer or the persons working with them. Do you notice anything wrong with Johnny or Mary? And try to get to the bottom of it. They may have a problem, substance use problem or another family problem. But if you know that, what I'm really saying is recognize the signs or potential signs of substance abuse. It may be alcohol, it may be marijuana use, maybe crack use. But if you know, these are giveaway telltale signs that something is not quite right. And if something is not quite right as an employer or as a school teacher, little Johnny is not performing like he used to before, or he's not attentive in class, I think those are telltale signs that the teacher or the employer or their workmates may try to get to the bottom of it, and with a view to helping that individual who may be having all sorts of problems, including substance abuse. And substance abuse is not just taking drugs, it could also be substance misuse. You may go to the pharmacy and you get your sleeping tablets and you may become addicted to them. You may overuse them. That is a form of abuse as well. So it is not just that the drugs that you may be using, it could be over-the-counter stuff that you may be misusing, which could also put you out of whack, so to speak, as you're in the workplace, you're at school, or whatever environment that you happen to operate in. So we would encourage certainly fellow government departments and members of the businesses to, if they sense something is happening that they're not sure how to handle it, to get in touch with the National Council on Substance Abuse. We are available and amenable to helping you. And I normally say the first time that you come to us, there's no charge. You come and you talk to us, and we will see if we can find out what the facts are. Once we get the facts, we will then try and put a program in place that should be able to assist your organization, or, for example, the particular individuals that you think may have a problem.
Indeed.
So we are available and are willing to help a whole of society.
Indeed. We've got to leave it right there, but thank you so much. I want to encourage as many of you as possible, mothers and fathers watching now, your little one who's in first form, just sat the common interest exam, they're in first form, and you believe they can benefit from Project Soft, a 1-week residential camp. Call the office now, the National Council on Substance Abuse, 535-6272. You can ask for Mosiah Hoyte, and he will be happy to guide you through the registration so that your child can benefit in the significant ways we've just explained to you. So we encourage you to get on board. Young Boys Future Man is from the 16th until the 22nd of April. It's an in-residence camp, and certainly it's going to be fantastic. They get to learn and experience so much. Creative sessions, sporting sessions and activities, as well, among a whole host of beneficial activities. Thank you so much for joining us, Mosiah Hoyte and Hadford Howell, for joining us this morning indeed on Morning Barbados. We wish you the best with these and other programs at the National Council on Substance Abuse.
Thank you, Pearson.
Thank you very much, Pearson. And I must say that the best thing about the camp is that it is free.
I like that. You're quite right. It's absolutely free. Thank you so much indeed.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.